Freilich and Erev Shavuos, everyone. Today is Erev Shavuos. Tonight is Erev Shavuos, Hey Sivan, the day that Yidden said Nasa v'Nishma. The Jewish people, the Gemara says that they were called crazy. The Gemara was someone that saw Rava learning Torah, and he was learning with such concentration that he was bleeding, and he said that the Jewish people are Amma Faziza. You're a nation that rushes into things. Why? Because you accepted the Torah without knowing what you're getting into. You said Nasa before Nishma. But that's the secret of the Yidden. We commit ourselves beyond our understanding. What other people might call is a little,
impulsive,
yeah. So the Gemara says that Tumas Yisharim Tanchem, the Tmimus, the sincerity, the wholesomeness of the Yisharim, the straightforward people, is what leads them. Is what, when people are too, how should I put it? They're too clever, shrewd, and think everything over, and they're not ready to be wholesome about something. That is not always a good trait. So the Indian of Nasa before Nishma is, before Kabbalah Torah, the preparation wasn't to make ideas, think through philosophies, what is the Torah, what is the meaning of Torah, but you connect yourself to the Eibishter beyond, you commit yourself. You know that the Eibishter is giving the Torah and that's it. Then after the Torah is given, you start using your brains. So this is what happened at Erev Shavuos. The Rebbe says that every year at Erev Shavuos we should use the same, everything happens once again. Every year we receive the Torah once again. So we have to make the same, we should think about this in a way that it should affect our lives. Before we do something, before we receive the Torah in Shavuos, we should realize that our approach to Torah shouldn't be as we're coming in with an inquisitive, I don't know if the right word is inquisitive mind, but we're coming in with, preset understandings of what we're ready to do, what we're not ready to do. But when we go to the Kabbalah Torah with Nasa before Nishma, so then we're a keli for Kabbalah Torah, we're a keli for receiving the Torah. What happened by Matan Torah? So it says that the main thing of Matan Torah is, obviously it's the Torah, but it's not the Torah itself, it's not the words of the Torah. It's the fact that the Eibishter revealed himself by Har Sinai, and the Eibishter came down into this world and he put himself into the words of Torah. By Matan Torah, the main thing of Matan Torah was the revelation of Matan Torah, which was put into the Torah that we learn today. We can learn the Torah as it is, and dissect and internalize its wisdom and its application to daily life. But in order that the Torah should really affect us, it's when we learn Torah in a way that we're re-experiencing the giving of the Torah. Because what Torah really is, it's the Noisina Torah, it's the giver of the Torah that's within the Torah. So what happened when the Eibusha gave the Torah? The Elyonim and Tachtonim merged, the higher and lower realms of existence merged, both within the world at large and within a person himself. Anochi Havaya Lekecha means that the Eibusha became our Chayas. The Eibusha, which is higher than nature, became our energy, became internalized in our lives. And by today, I think, in general, maybe I think the biggest challenge of our generation is the question is, what is the relevance of Torah mitzvahs to me in my physical life? Years ago, it was always ideologies, it was always people that believed in some type of something, and they were ready to either sacrifice their life for it or to do something for it. But today, the question is, do I feel like it? That's all, nothing more, nothing less. It's not about, is it real, is it not real, is it meaningful, is it purposeful? The question is, do I feel like it? I could believe that it's true, but there's an Elyon, there's a Tachton, there's the way things are above and the way things are below, and there's no connection. I don't disagree that above, this is what it is, but I'm a Tachton, I'm a physical person, it doesn't affect me. By Matan Torah, there was the merging of the Elyonim and the Tachtonim. How did that happen? Because by Matan Torah, the Eibusher himself came into creation. The Eibusher himself revealed himself. So everyone saw the harmony, that the proper existence of the Elyonim, of the upper worlds, and the things that seem beyond us, not part of our life, are really one with us. In other words, they saw that it's all coming from the Eibishter, and that the purpose of the Elyonim is to come down to the Tachtonim. The purpose of the Tachtonim is to go up to the Elyonim. So in our day-to-day life, there's many things. We all have an Elyon and a Tachton. There's those things that when we get in a very serious, mode, and we sit by our Farbrengen and we sing a niggin, our neshamas get aroused, and that's the Elyon. And then there's the Tachten when we're involved in day-to-day life, eating, drinking, whatever we're doing, we don't feel that. So there's two parts of us that are not in harmony with each other. The idea of Matan Torah was when you learn Torah in a way of, you're aware of the Neisana Torah, try to experience the giving of a Torah, and you commit yourself to Torah beyond intellect, you're able to experience the Neisana Torah, the giver of the Torah that's within Torah, and that gives the power to merge the two. When you merge the two, you realize that they're really not opposites, they're meant to work together. It's like a soul and a body. What greater two opposites could there be between a soul and a body? Well, yet the soul without a body can't do anything, and a body without a soul is dead. So the true merging of the true harmony within creation is when all the parts of a person are in perfect sync with each other. That the parts of a person that are higher are one with the parts of him that are lower. And the same thing is in everything in life, and in Yiddishkeit in general, particularly when it comes to Mashiach. We're all hoping and davening for the days of Mashiach. Mashiach is something for most people which is the Elyon. It's a magical, supernatural type of thing which we can't relate to it. It sounds exciting and fantastic and glorifying, but it seems beyond their comprehension. Some people get very excited about it for that reason, but other people they don't see how they could connect it with their life. It's a beautiful idea, a magnificent thing, but it sounds completely unrealistic, unrelated to my day-to-day life. What do I have to do with it now? And the Rebbe says that approach is not coming from a bad place. By default, there's an Elyon, there's a Tachten, there's the way how you bridge together both things is only through Torah. When you learn Torah, Torah comes from the Eibishter. And when you learn Torah not just as a wisdom, as a philosophy, but as a way of connecting with the Eibishter, so then you're able, Torah gives you the ability. Without the Eibishter, we can't do it ourselves. The Eibishter created everything, and he's the one that is the underlying purpose of everything. He's the one that created the purpose of everything. The purpose of everything is to make a dwelling place for him. So when we learn the Torah and we learn about Mashiach in such a way, we all of a sudden could feel how those things which seem beyond us are really able to penetrate our lives. And even when we're living in our day-to-day lives, we're still able to go up to the Elyonim. So this is the one of the thoughts I could share with today. Also, obviously we have to speak about Avos Yisrael. By Matan Torah, the Jewish people were as one man with one heart. And when it comes to Avos Yisrael also, we sometimes have great ideals, and everyone loves the idea. Avos Yisrael sounds so beautiful, right? But practical life, if my friend, my neighbor, my family member said something that I don't like, it's very hard to swallow it down. And it requires a huge amount of work. But again, Matan Torah gives us the ability, that if it's the Eibishter is becoming, the Eibishter became engraved in us, and at the end of the day is whether we like it or not, we're one with the Eibishter, we're one with every other Jew, and we have the ability to unite and to become one, and we should all merit to receive the Torah with happiness in an inward way. And we should have the ultimate, the Torah that we learned today. We don't really understand most of it. What we understand is only a fraction of it, and we're waiting for Mashiach to come to explain it to us and to make it even more relevant than ever before. And we should all have it in a happy way, a speedy way. It says by Matan Torah, everyone was healed. So all the people that needed Refuah Shlema should have a Refuah Shlema. And we should have Mashiach not take it from Yad Mamish.